Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in again. I get to start a brand new series here with a brand new device on Automate Your Life. I am super excited for this. What I have today is the Lenovo Smart Display with Google Assistant on board. Obviously, this is a pretty big product on the market right now. I managed to get one of these up to Canada. It was actually kind of a tough deal. So what we're going to do today is get this unboxed, show you what's inside, show you what the device looks like, and then of course, go ahead and show you how to get it set up. Now, once we're done that, of course, we're gonna have a whole series of videos on this device, what you can do with it. But for today, let's just get it opened up and show you how to use it. All right, well, let's get the Lenovo Smart Display with Google Assistant on board. Let's get that device opened up, show you what's inside. You can see the packaging right away. They're talking about YouTube, Chromecast, Spotify, a number of the services that you're going to expect with any sort of Google Home type of device. So as we get it open, the first thing I notice is how clean and crisp all of the lines are on this device without feeling really blocky. We get a couple of pamphlets, and we also get an adapter that I would say it was about 3 feet long. And what I like about it right off the bat is that it's not a strange connector, a one-of-a-kind connector. Now, once you peel off the plastic, you start to see the real shine on this device and how brilliant it looks. So the device itself, you can see there I am in the reflection. On the top though, there's a microphone button and the volume buttons. There's also microphones on top of the device itself. On the back here, you're going to see the power port as well. So you can see that the device can actually stand, and believe it or not, it can stand on 2 sides. So you can actually stand it fully upright and it can sit, and that's how you use it for Google Duo calls.
To get started, download the Google Home app on a phone or tablet.
Now, getting it set up here, the Google Home app is what you're going to need to download. It didn't seem to care that I wasn't in the US. It did give me a little warning here that you'll see in a bit, but ultimately it allowed me to set this up in any country. So if you're able to import one, it's going to work for you in general. Now here's the warning I got. It was worried about some compatibility in terms of Wi-Fi. There was no further problems here after this. So I do have to set up where it is in my home. I have to say what the Wi-Fi network is, and if I haven't input that, I have to input my password. Now from there, after the connection is made, you're essentially done with the device and it will sit and run through an update. When you go to use your Google Assistant here though, they want you to agree to some terms and conditions, and then you're going to also have to set up voice match. And so voice match is actually something that's important with this device. They will not allow you to set reminders or do a few of the functions unless you do this. Now, I had already done voice match, and so I didn't have to do it again, but ultimately you're just using the wake word a number of times in order to match your voice to the Google Assistant. Now, you're also able to set up your video calling with your existing phone number here. Again, I'm using Canada. They didn't care that I wasn't in the US, and I was able to actually make a call, which you'll see later in the video here. So all of this is going on while I update my Lenovo Smart Display, and that was really an interesting process. Actually, I really enjoyed that. Now, right away you get the opportunity to upload your contacts, and this is a little different than we used to see on the old Google Homes, but you upload your contacts and they're on the device now. On top of that, you're choosing an ambient mode, and this looks a lot like the new Chromecast ambient mode, but you're not seeing the new experimental mode. I will show you in a later video how to get that onto your device. But for now, you can choose one of these 3, and then you go into them when you hit the next button at the bottom, and that gets you the ability to pick from the different albums or or photos that you have in that section. Now I ended up choosing a clock to start, and as I said, I'll show you how to get the experimental mode in a future video, but the clock options were pretty fun. I enjoyed these here, and that's what I chose. Now after that, it's kind of showing you that you're almost done, and they're giving you an opportunity to link music services. So I've put in my address, I've put in the device name, I've got my Wi-Fi set up, my video calling set up already, and we're not really more than 5 minutes into me pulling this device out of the box. Now, I already had my music services set up because I own a Google Home already. If you don't own a Google Home, then you're going to have to input a username and a password to one of those services. Now, after it's done its update, basically you get it resetting. And here's what you get. It says it's all set. You can see me playing with the volume. This is a do not disturb mode, so you can kind of turn off a number of the features there, including the voice calling. Over here is the brightness setting, so you can turn off automatic brightness. I'm going to leave that on. It actually was very effective over the time I used it. And then there's kind of a settings and about. You could do your factory reset through this if you ever had to do that. Now after this is the interface that you will get used to very quickly. So you can see the weather instantly, and you can also see my calendar. Scrolling to the right, you can see the music service I set up. YouTube is instantly there, and then there's a number of things that you can kind of play with, and explore button for the Google Assistant, which I'll go through later. But right out of the box here, I can go ahead, because I've set it up on the Google Home application on my phone, I can go ahead and start music. Now, of course, the great thing with any device with Google Assistant on it is that you can use Google Assistant to execute action. So you're going to see me actually stop that. Now I'm going to start using my voice to turn on different features. I'm going to turn on YouTube, and you might recognize the guy here. You can see how quickly and seamlessly it was to actually ask for something on YouTube. What I will tell you is it plays the most recent video from a channel if you ask that. Now, of course, there's all kinds of other things that the Google Assistant can do. I'm going to ask it to play ocean sounds right now. And as I do that, it just brings that up. It starts playing it, and it went for a long time there. You can also, of course, use the visual component of this device. I wanted to see what Scarlett Johansson looks like. I kind of know what she looks like, but I still wanted to. And then you can see, you can have these follow-up interactions. So I could use the wake word and then say a follow-up question as long as I have continued conversations enabled. But I can also use these buttons at the bottom of what the Smart Display is giving me for results after my query. I could use those to go ahead and just continue the conversation. And what I'll say with that is my child found that very easy to use. Now, here's all the different things that you can do right out of the box. You can play music, you can check the weather, set alarms, play videos. Finding food recipes and then displaying those is something great on this device. Setting timers, making phone calls, dealing with your calendar, of course, all the smart home functionality. There's all kinds of questions that you can ask, simple stuff. Have some fun here. What sound does a duck make was pretty interesting. They kind of had that pre-created, and then there was the ability to follow up. Now, phoning after you've uploaded your contacts is this simple. Phone this individual. It starts the actual phone call, and you can ask your Smart Display to actually hang up the call. And of course, just like Google Home, you could put it on hold, you could put it on mute. There's a lot of things you can do there. Now, on the side, because there is a camera on this device, there's actually a shutter here, and you can see the little red dot that's gone over the camera outlet here. That actually goes up and down and enables and disables the camera. Of course, I showed you the mic before, but you can use that to turn it on and off. So you can stop the device from seeing and you can stop the device from listening. The other thing I will tell you on this device right now is right at the front on the right, there is a light sensor and a motion sensor. So this device is going to be capable in the future of knowing when you're around and reacting. And I think what we're going to see with that is the ability to actually trigger home automation with this, or all kinds of types of automation with that feature and those sensors. So there you have it. I think that's a pretty good run through here. I've got it unboxed. I've got it set up in my home, and we're going to go through now a series of videos on the channel where I'm going to explore the functionality, build this out, and really integrate it into my smart home. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm really excited for this device. It is easily one of the best devices I have in my home already, and I've barely had it for a day. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.